Welcome to
Monday with the Mavens.
Okay, you guys, today we are talking all about process. So we're going to talk about the Maven process. We're going to talk about fat loss. We're going to talk about muscle building. We're going to talk about what things look like if you have some form of a medical condition when you're first coming to us. We are going to talk about our 5 pillars of wellness, what you can expect, realistic timelines, and we are going to do it very efficiently.
Yeah, we are not talking for an hour today, you guys. We are going to get in and get out. So bing, bang, bongo.
Bing, bang, bada, bada, boom, bang.
Yep, that's what we're doing today.
Okay, so let's jump in. First of all, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We weren't together last week. Emmy was on a vacation with actually my daughter and a bunch of kids and her family, and they had so much fun. And we are happy to be back together again today. And let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Okay, so first of all, if you guys are on here, most of you guys watch this after the fact, but if you're on here live right now and you have any questions, please let us know what they are. We would love to chat with you, anything at all. And we're just going to dive in and first talk about our process. Like, who is Back Row Mavens? What do we do? Why do we do it? What our clients can expect? And I think if we just start with the 30,000 foot view and dive in, that'll be helpful. But please use the comment box below, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram. We are looking in 2 different places.
That is about to change.
It is.
I've been saying that for 2 years now, but that is really about to change.
She has a solution.
Well, we are finding a solution.
Yeah, which is super cool. So we apologize if our eyes are going back and forth, but we're looking at 2 different screens. Okay, 30,000 foot view. Do you want me to tackle it or do you want to?
Why don't you go ahead and start, and I'll just, squeeze in if I need to.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so first of all, we love what we do, you guys. Yeah. We are so fortunate to get to work with the clients that we do in the way that we do. And the reason that we're doing it is because we ourselves have had our lives transformed by exactly what we work with our clients on, which first and foremost, from a foundational standpoint, is nutrition. But we also really bring in what we call our 5 pillars of wellness. So I'm going to do a 30,000 foot view here in just a second.
Don't get too technical.
I won't. I know.
There won't be anything left to
Pinch
talk about.
Me if you need to.
I will, right here.
And so really what we want to do is at the end of the day, when our clients graduate, we want them to not only have met their goals, which oftentimes is going to be body recomposition, fat loss, maybe some muscle building, but even more importantly, what a lot of our clients don't know they even need is improved sleep, improved energy, improved cognition.
Hormone balance.
Yeah, hormone harmony, like all of the things that come along with understanding how to appropriately fuel your body and your brain. And so we teach on all of those things. Not only that, but we want it to be sustainable. And how we do that is we really work to understand your starting place. No 2 plans are the same. It is different. Everybody is bio-individually different.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different bio-individuality. I'll say that.
Everybody's different. Let's just keep it simple.
Yeah, it is. And so your starting place is going to look different than anybody else's. Your path is going to look different than somebody else's. And that's why we work one-on-one with every single client. Our coaches are incredible. Like, we are so fortunate to have the coaches that we do. And at the end of the day, we want you to graduate with a higher calorie intake. Likely, most people start, a lot of people, I shouldn't say most people, a lot of people actually undereat, and they have what we call metabolic adaptation. Whole nother story that we'll
get there later.
And so when thank you. I get on technical rabbit trails.
We'll keep it general. This is like a test for her today.
It is. I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want you to graduate and be able to sustain your results. We want you to have a higher calorie intake. We want you to have a leaner body mass. We want you to have more energy, improved sleep, better hormones, and small habit changes that you've made along the way to make it super sustainable. Yeah. We have graduated hundreds and hundreds of clients that have maintained and or even further improved their health after graduating because it's super doable and they learn how to shift their lifestyle along the way. So let's actually take you through our process of what we do when we first start somebody. And we'll do this in a very broad spectrum, not a granular spectrum, in terms of like where they start, how we get them there, and where we ultimately want to graduate them, and the process that we use.
Yeah, so a new client will come to us, and the first thing we have them do is track their food. Now, for a lot of people, that can feel daunting in itself, and it is tedious. Yeah. It can be tedious, I'll say that. I love knowing what I'm going to eat. I'll use myself as an example. Yeah. The very first time I ever started tracking macros, I knew, I was like, yeah, I eat pretty clean and anti-inflammatory and all of the things. And had you asked me, in fact, maybe my coach did ask me, What do you think that you eat? Like, what do you think your eating looks like? I would have said, I think I eat a fair amount of protein, some fats, and some carbs. But the reality of what I was actually eating was a lot. Like 75% of my calories came from fats. I ate some protein and I ate hardly any carbs at all. That was what I didn't know about myself.
Yeah.
I thought I was eating differently. So what we have our clients do for the very first week, we have them track just an average week. What does a regular week of your food intake look like? Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to give an assignment that's completely out of the ballpark of reality for you. So if we have somebody come to us and on average they eat 60 grams of protein a day, we're never going to ask them to then jump to 120 grams of protein. We would never do that. Hi.
Linda says hello.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Squirrel.
Sorry.
And so anyway, we look at your food intake and what you normally eat over a week, and we give you an assignment based on that. We don't want anything to be like incredibly out of the ballpark, like I said. And we start your program at one assignment, and then the burden is on the client. We can give you all of the tips and tricks and all of the knowledge that we have in order to get you to succeed, but you have to be the one to implement it. And so for a client who's coming to us with weight loss goals or fat loss goals, body recomp goals, those types of things, we take them through a reverse process. I would take a client who wanted to put on muscle through a reverse process also, where we are slowly increasing calories over time based on your consistency. If you're consistently hitting your numbers, then we can increase calories in order to increase your base metabolic rate. So everybody comes to us, at a different spot. If somebody is fairly sedentary and whether they're overeating or undereating, whatever that looks like for them, your metabolism will be in a certain spot. And so what we want to do is we want to understand what is your resting metabolic rate and how can we increase it. And the way we do that is by slowly and methodically increasing calories over time. As long as you are hitting your macros consistently, we can shift things and your metabolism will keep up. We take you up the ladder of calories until we get you to the tippy top of your reverse, and then we do a very specialized phased cut that lasts a short amount of time. In the grand with most people, yeah. So if your goal is fat loss, then we would take you through a cut process where we cut your calories. It's phased, it's very specific, and we don't want you to be low in calories for too long because we don't want your metabolism to downregulate again, because then we have to kind of start the process over again. So what we do is we keep you in a deficit for a short amount of time and we climb you right back out. And every body responds differently, you guys. We have a lot of clients who respond really well in the reverse. And when we increase calories, they will lose weight all the way to the top of the reverse. And then we have other clients who don't. Our goal for the reverse is not fat loss at that stage. It oftentimes happens as we increase your metabolism, but sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. Our goal during the reverse is to increase your base metabolic rate so that when we get to the cut and the climb back out of the cut, that your body responds like we hope it will, which is shedding fat and some major body recomping happening. The majority of our clients do lose through the reverse. However, some don't. And then oftentimes too, and like I said, every body is different. We may have a client who loses all the way to the top of their reverse, and then the second we cut calories, their body's like, nope, I'm done with that, and it hangs on, and you won't lose weight in the cut until you start reversing back out. It's really interesting. Everybody responds differently, you guys, but what I can say is it just works. Our bodies want to be fueled appropriately, and that's what we're trying to do. So we look at what your lifestyle looks like in that first week, and we give you an assignment. We give you a calorie range, and within that calorie range, you get a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fats that you need to hit every day, plus water. And then if you do that consistently, we get to increase your calories each week. And it's magic. Yeah. It is totally magic. We have
so many people that are like, what is this sorcery? Yeah. Like, to be able to consistently increase calories and have that impact your base metabolic rate so that you are burning more calories at rest. It really is amazing. Not only that, but just the act of consistently fueling your body and your brain is so important. That's my husband in the background.
The shirtless ninja farmer.
Yeah. I think what's so cool is that the process does look different. Now, if for some reason you're not responding the way that we would typically see within that reverse process, we're going to shift gears. So the process doesn't look similar for everybody. Like Haley said, I'd say like 80% or more, and I hate even putting a number on it, of our clients do have body recomp changes and fat loss and weight loss. Now, we don't like to use the term weight loss because weight can be so many things. It can be muscle, it can be water, it can be fat, it can be a number of things. We really like to look at fat loss.
Yeah.
And so that oftentimes happens in that reverse process. And then depending on the goals of the client is when we would decide to take them through that short-term deficit. But then after that, we would then climb them back up. And oftentimes clients then have that same benefit in that reverse process. We can repeat that process as many times as we need, depending on how far away a client is from their goal. Sometimes we just need to do it once. And then you get into this sweet spot of maintenance, which is
where
beautiful.
You want to live. Like the majority of your time should be in maintenance. Like if you are living in a calorie deficit most of the time, please give us a call at macromavens.life. Drop us a message because you should not be living in a calorie deficit. The majority of your life should be spent at maintenance. And that is where real freedom comes from, you guys.
Yeah, and there's so many quick fixes out there, right? We see so many people that come to us on the different weight loss medications, doing all these restrictive diets, we have a ton of people that come to us having done keto with some success out of the gate, but maybe not sustainable success or ongoing success. We ourselves had tried everything before we utilized macros in a strategic way. And it doesn't have to be super complicated, but I think the big difference is that we don't want our clients to live in a long-term deficit. We don't want entire food groups to be off limits. We want it to be manageable. We want you to eat adequate food to really fuel your body and your brain. And we want to help you with some lifestyle shifts along the way so that you really are in a sustainable place where you feel good, you guys. It's so interesting because I just think, most people come to us with physical goals, right? Like we'll ask really what are your specific goals? And most people are going to say lose X amount of pounds or have a body fat percentage of X amount, or it's usually something measurable and something aesthetic related, I'll say. What we love is, yes, our clients reach those goals, and our method works, especially if you are consistent. And it is for a season. Like, consistency is required for a season, but that's why having a coach in your corner makes all the difference.
It does.
But what we love is our clients are like, oh my gosh, I have so much energy. Oh my gosh, I am sleeping through the night. Oh my gosh, my moods are better. My PMS is better. My menstrual cramps are better. My libido has improved. You guys, it's such a beautiful thing that happens when you start understanding how to use food as fuel, food as medicine. It's beautiful because our bodies were meant to operate in harmony.
Yep.
And when you are inconsistently fueling your body and or you're not getting adequate amounts, our bodies were designed to have fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. They're all necessary. They're necessary in different degrees to different people, depending on how much output you have, depending on how hard on your body you are, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your own, hormone landscape, depending on your genetics. All of those things come into play, but we do need them. And so it's just so cool to see that when you start fueling yourself, your body starts working in harmony, and it's things start coming together, and we see it clinically all the time. Our clients will share their lab data with us. We're not taking the place of their clinician by any means, but we love to be able to see, especially their sex hormones, when you're looking at things in women and men, but women specific, if we're looking at estradiol, testosterone, progesterone, DHEA, we're looking at their thyroid labs. We see so much improvement just because of the nutritional changes that they're making. And it's so fun. Testosterone in men, fueling your body, especially with adequate protein, is so critical for testosterone production. It's so fun to follow with my male clients. I love it.
Yeah, it really is. And so you guys, we're more than just a nutrition company also. We really want to focus on the whole body. And so we have these 5 pillars of health that we teach our clients about constantly. We're constantly educating about deep restorative sleep. We're constantly talking about movement. We're talking about breath work. We're talking about all the things stress resilience. Yeah. Everything that it takes to have a whole healthy body and lifestyle. That's what we're passionate about. And so, yes, nutrition, absolutely. First and foremost, dial in your nutrition and we can absolutely help you with that. But then along with nutrition comes so many other things that can help you to create the life that you want. What are you doing?
Oh. I was just looking at all of what are you doing? I'm sorry to distract
that's
you.
All right. Anyway, we want all of our clients to thrive in every way possible. And so the way we do that is by educating on different things, not just nutrition. So nutrition is absolutely the foundation, but there's so much more to overall wellness that we dive into. And we really hope that when our clients graduate, because we have a horrible business plan, and when our clients do reach their goals and graduate, and we shoo them out of the nest, so to speak, they are armed with all kinds of knowledge and education that they can then make the best decisions they can for themselves and their own health. It really is, it's like a win-win-win-win. Like nobody loses.
Well, and what's so cool is that so many of our clients, it spills over to their families.
Yeah.
And like, we love seeing that with our own kids, with our own families. Like, it's just, when you start making those small habit changes, like, they're contagious and people see how good you're feeling. That's where we get almost all of our new clients, is it's just word of mouth, because people are talking about how good they're feeling or the results, or they can visibly see the results. And so I think that, like, if I had to give a nutshell, which was what I attempted to do at the beginning.
I was like, isn't that what we already did?
Like, really, like, our goal is to help you feel good in your own skin. Yeah. And whatever that looks like. And that is different for everybody. You guys, we celebrate all the wins along the way. I mentioned this in a story the other day, but the spectrum of our clients is across the board. So we have men, we have women, we have people that are really starting with only maybe 5 to 10, if we have to equate it, like 5 to 10 pounds of fat that they want to lose, but they want to perform better and they want to feel better. And we have people that have 100 plus pounds that would probably be healthy for them to lose, so that they can have longevity and good health and be able to do the things that they want. I'm sorry, I got distracted by Harry's phone. And so, like, I have 2 clients, for instance, that had like very different wins in this last week, and they're both equally exciting. And that is, I have one client who's going to break the 200-pound barrier this week, which is so cool. And she got her cycle back for the first time in a long time, because she's fueling her body and she's finally menstruating on a regular schedule, and she's one of her biggest goals was hormone harmony, and we are making it happen. And she's feeling so good. I have another female client who, like, one of their goals, and there's like, whatever, like, aesthetic goals are great to have. She really wanted visible abs, and like, she sent me a picture this week, and she is rocking those abs. You guys, those are very different outcomes. Each of them are equally exciting. So, like, everybody's journey looks so different. And so, I guess back to the nutshell is that whether you are a female or a male, no matter where you're starting, like, we have a plan and a process that can work to help you both shed fat and preserve and or build muscle, because muscle leads to longevity. And all along the way, we're going to want to work with you on really understanding how to shift your habits to be appropriately hydrated, to have good stress resiliency, to be getting good deep restorative sleep, to have healthy relationships, and to really, like, understand your nutrition, because it is the foundation of good health. It is the foundation of good health. The amount of medication that we have been able to minimize or eliminate for our clients because of food alone is so cool.
It's outstanding.
Obviously, in conjunction with their healthcare provider. We're not going to tell them to just cold turkey stop something.
No,
but
never.
Like, it's just so exciting.
It is.
And everybody needs it.
They do. You do, you guys.
You need it.
You need it.
Yes.
You need us.
Yeah, and our coaches, you guys, like,
we only hire the absolute best.
We have the most amazing group of coaches that are constantly learning, like, constantly digging. We're always in communication. Like, we're so fortunate.
Our coaches teach us stuff all the time.
We are all learning from each other.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. We've all, even though we have completely different backgrounds, education, certifications, all the things, every single one of our coaches has gone through our Maven process of education. So the base process is the same, but then we have some specialties within that. So
and also, you guys, we are super flexible too. Like, if you sign up with us and you're like, man, I would really like to try X, Y, or Z, or have we thought about this? We are always, we are all ears, you know. Just because our process looks like reverse and then cut and then reverse to maintenance, you know, and doing that as many times as we need to, nothing is set in stone. And so like I've had a couple of clients where I've taken them through the reverse. They've hit their goals like in the reverse and there was no need for a cut. So we don't do a cut. It's not necessary for them. You know,
I have some weight gain clients that are really looking to gain weight, and we handle that completely differently.
Totally.
We work with nursing mamas a lot, and we're gonna approach your cut much differently because baby comes first, for sure. We work with a lot of different I would say diagnoses and comorbidities in terms of like when people are coming to us, we have a lot of pre-diabetics. We do have diabetics. We do want them to be controlled to a certain degree, and we can talk with you about that if you have questions. We work with a ton of autoimmune.
So much autoimmune.
A lot of thyroid.
Hold on, I want to talk about autoimmune disorders just real briefly.
Yeah.
So one thing that people don't realize, and this can be very general, just autoimmune general, whatever autoimmune issue you have, maybe it's Hashimoto's, maybe it's colitis. I mean, there are a bazillion of them out there, right? The one thing people don't realize is having a good understanding of how to fuel your body and what nutrition and certain foods do to your body is like money in the bank, you guys. When you learn what foods cause inflammation and cause your symptoms of whatever it is to flare because of your autoimmune, if we can figure that out and reduce and or eliminate those inflammatory foods from your diet, you will immediately feel so much better. I've had so many clients, I can't even count how many clients who have been on autoimmune protocols and medications that they've been able to reduce or stop altogether just by really dialing in their nutrition and going forward with a autoimmune style of or an anti-inflammatory way of eating, which we have an entire protocol on that, you guys. And so it's so rewarding when we have clients come to us who are struggling with different symptoms of different things and they're able to shift their diets and what they're eating, and then all of a sudden those symptoms go away. That is such a huge win to me. And those are my favorite messages when it's, you know, when I get a client who tells me about symptoms that they didn't even realize could be affected by the foods that they're eating, it's really the best. And so like autoimmune issues, you guys really can, your nutrition can have a drastic effect on how much you experience your autoimmune symptoms, for sure.
It's huge. Okay, guys, we said we were going to keep it short and sweet.
Yep.
I think we're going to stop there. But if you guys have any questions at all.
This might be our shortest one yet.
It might be, but we wanted to keep it short and sweet.
We did, yes.
And so if you guys, we always offer a free consult. So if you have questions, if you want to have a free consult with one of our coaches, you can go over to macromavens.life. You click the hop on board button. It does not commit you to anything, but it lets one of our coaches reach out, answer questions, see if we're a good fit. And then if we are, we'll go from there. And gosh, we would love to, and you can always message us too.
Yeah. And all of our coaches are taking on clients right now, which doesn't happen very often, you guys. We've just recently graduated out a bunch of people. So look for them in your communities. They'll be the ones walking around feeling really great about what they've just accomplished. But yeah, all of us are taking on new clients. So
we work with clients anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah. So if you're interested, anywhere in the whole wide universe.
The world. In fact, we have a lot of states and then quite a few countries. Well, only 3 countries, but a lot of states.
So head over to macromavens.life, click the hop on board button. A coach will reach out to you for a free consult, you guys. You know, we just love this. We're love doing what we get to do, and we love helping people. And if you want some help, let us know.
Let us know.
Have a great week.
Thank you guys so much.
See ya.
Bye.